Hello there, my name is Jennifer Franco and this is a 6th grade earth science class. In today's lesson we will be going over the rock cycle. Students will learn all about rocks and geology and the science of rocks. They will learn how rocks can be identified, how they can be formed, and how they change over time. Students will identify the 3 major types of rocks and how to tell them apart. They will also discover how the different types of rocks are formed. Despite what students may assume, rocks do change over time, and students will learn what kind of changes can happen to rocks and about the processes that cause these changes. Putting all this knowledge together, students will understand the rock cycle, which is a continuous pattern of change. This helps explain what happens over and over again to rocks here on our planet Earth. According to the TEKS Part 10, section Earth and Space, the student understands the structure of Earth, the rock cycle, and plate tectonics. The student is expected to classify rocks as metamorphic, igneous, or sedimentary by the process of their formation. I would begin the rock cycle lesson with a pre-reading strategy. My pre-reading strategy would be visual aids. I would demonstrate different types of rocks with pictures and artifacts. That way students can really become hands-on and really interact and engage and also activate prior knowledge. A pre-reading strategy pretty much gets students an idea of what we're about to cover. As we continue on with our rock cycle lesson, I have created a PowerPoint in which I would lecture over the process and formation of the 3 types of rocks, which include igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. I also created a worksheet here over the rock cycle, the process. And throughout the PowerPoint, students must really follow along in order to fill each and every one of these spaces. And towards the end, it should look a lot like this. And this strategy here is called sequence order. It's a well-organized worksheet to really get students engaged with the lesson. And it's great because students actually get to keep this and use this as a resource for when it comes to assessments. Here's an insight of the PowerPoint I have created and I would be lecturing over. I will first explain to students what we will be covering. I would also define the rock cycle and its importance. And throughout the PowerPoint, as we go over the 3 types of rocks and their formation and process, I also give quite a few examples of different types of rocks, such as in this slide, igneous rocks, we have basalt and granite. And as for sedimentary rocks, we have limestone and sandstone. And just throughout this PowerPoint, it goes over the entire process in order to create this rock. For example, cooling and crystallization, weathering and erosion, heat and pressure, and so on. And throughout this PowerPoint, students must fill out their rock cycle worksheet in order to completely fill out each space. Now that we have reached towards the end of our rock cycle lesson, I would end the lesson with an ending strategy, which in this case I would use an exit slip. An exit slip is a written response by students that respond to a question a teacher may ask towards the end of class or towards the end of the lesson. And this is a very quick, informal assessment that enables teachers to quickly assess students' understanding of the material. Here's the exit slip that I have created. I would pass around this worksheet towards the end of the lesson so that I can get a better understanding of what students understood. This worksheet has 2 questions and it asks for students to identify the type of rock and the formation of the rock. Here we have the answer key to the exit slip. The rock is identified as igneous, and the formation of an igneous rock is formed through the cooling and crystallization of magma and lava. 2 very simple, quick questions just so that I can get a better understanding of what students understood.